Welcome to My Expat Stories. Keith watched Mint write in their savings book every month for 18 months. Watched her add his deposits, add her deposits. Watched the balance grow. £23,000. Then £47,000. Then £72,000. Every month she showed him. Proof they were building something together. Proof she was contributing. Proof their future was real. Then one afternoon, when he asked to withdraw the money to buy their condo, she said she needed to check something at the bank. She left with the book. That was 3 weeks ago. He hasn't seen her since. If you've ever trusted proof you could see with your own eyes, this story will shake you. Hit like and subscribe for more. Let's get into it. This is Keith. My name is Keith. I'm 51 years old, scaffolder. Been doing it since I was 19. Liverpool. Worked all over. Manchester. Leeds. London for a bit. Good money. Decent trade. You work hard, you earn decent. I got divorced in 2018. Married 22 years. 2 kids. Both grown up now. My daughter's in Leeds. My son's in Cardiff. The divorce was messy. She got the house, I got my tools and my van. Fair enough. I moved into a flat in Toxteth. Small. But it was mine. Paid cash. Owned it outright. First time in my life I owned something. After the divorce, I worked constantly. Every job I could get. Weekends, bank holidays, didn't matter. I was saving. Had about 60 grand in the bank by 2022. No mortgage. No debt. Just me and my savings. I was planning early retirement. Maybe 55. Buy a little place somewhere warm. Spain, maybe. Just relax. I'd earned it. My mate Jono had been going to Thailand for years. Bangkok. Loved it. Said it was cheaper than Spain. Warmer. Better food. He kept saying I should visit. I told him I wasn't interested in hookers. He laughed. Said it wasn't like that. Well, it was, but there was more to it. Just come see. So in March 2023, I booked 2 weeks. Bangkok was mental. Proper mental. The traffic, the heat, the noise. Everything everywhere all at once. But I liked it. Had energy, felt alive. I stayed in a hotel near a Sukhumvit area. Jono said it was where the expats lived. Easy to get around. BTS train everywhere. Loads of restaurants. I settled in quick. One night I went to a bar. Not a go-go bar. Just a normal bar. Expat place, pool table. Sports on the telly. I was having a beer. Playing pool by myself. A woman came over, asked if she could play. I said, yeah, sure, we played. She was good. Beat me twice. I bought her a drink. We got talking. Her name was Mint. She was 34. From Korat. Worked in admin for a Thai company. Office job. Not bar work, not freelance. Actual 9 to 5 with a salary. She lived in Bangkok. Had her own condo. Paid her own bills. She was independent. I respected that. We talked for hours about Thailand, about England, about work. She asked what I did. I told her scaffolding. She didn't know what that was. I explained. Building temporary structures on construction sites so workers can reach high places. She said it sounded dangerous. I said it could be, but I was careful. Been doing it 30 years. No serious accidents. Touch wood. She laughed. Said I seemed sensible. Not like most foreigners she met in Bangkok. I asked what she meant. She said most foreigners were drunk. Loud. Disrespectful. I was different. Calmer. I said I was just here for a quiet holiday. She said she could tell. We met again the next night. Same bar. She was there with a friend. I joined them. We talked. Laughed. It was easy. Natural. Her friend left early. We stayed. Talked until the bar closed. I asked if she wanted to get food. She said yes. We went to a street food place. Pad Thai. Som Tam. I couldn't handle the spice. She laughed at me. Said I needed to build tolerance. I said I'd try. At the end of the night, I walked her to the BTS station. Asked if I could see her again. She said she'd like that. We exchanged line. I went back to my hotel feeling good. Not just holiday good, something more. We saw each other every day after that. She took me places tourists don't go. Local markets, small temples, parks. She paid for herself every time. Wouldn't let me cover everything. Said she wasn't that kind of girl. I said I knew, but I wanted to help. She said no. We split everything 50-50. I liked that. Felt equal. Felt real. On my last day, she said she'd miss me. I said I'd miss her too. She asked if I'd come back. I said definitely. She smiled, said she hoped so. We kissed goodbye at the airport. I flew home thinking about her the whole way. Back in Liverpool, I couldn't stop thinking about her. We messaged every day, video call twice a week. She'd show me Bangkok. I'd show her Liverpool, the docks, Anfield, the waterfront. She said it looked cold. I said it was. She said Thailand was better. I agreed. By July I knew I was going back, booked 3 weeks, told Jono I was seeing someone. He said be careful. I said I was. He said they all seemed genuine at first. I told him Mint was different. She had a job. Her own place. She didn't need my money. He said sure mate, just watch yourself. When I got back to Bangkok in August, Mint met me at the airport. We hugged, kissed, felt like coming home. She'd taken time off work to spend with me. We stayed at my hotel, explored the city, cooked together in her condo. It felt domestic, comfortable, like we were already a couple. One night, we were sat on her balcony, drinking beer. She said she'd been thinking about us, about the future. I said I had too. She said long distance was hard, but maybe it didn't have to be forever. Maybe I could move to Bangkok, live here. We could be together properly. I told her I'd thought about it, but I didn't know if I could work here. Visa issues. She said I didn't need to work. I had savings. I could retire early, live off my pension and savings. Thailand was cheap. We could live well. I said maybe. She said think about it. No pressure. Just something to consider. Over the next few days, I did think about it. Properly thought about it. I had 60 grand saved. My pension would start in a few years. I could sell the flat in Liverpool. That'd give me another 30 grand. 90 grand total. In Thailand, that'd last. I could live comfortably, be with Mint, start fresh. I told her I was interested, but I wanted to do it right. Not rush. She agreed, said we should save together, build a future together. She said she'd been saving for years to buy a condo. A bigger one. 2 bedrooms. Somewhere we could live together. She had about 500,000 baht saved. About £11,000. If I could match that, we could buy something decent. Start our life properly. I liked the idea. Saving together. Building something together. Not me funding everything. Actually partnering. I said yes, let's do it. She smiled, said we'd make a good team. She suggested we open a joint savings account. Both of us deposit monthly. Watch it grow together. When we had enough, we'd buy the condo. Put both our names on it. Proper partnership. I said that sounded fair. She said she'd set it up. Her bank. Cassicorn. They did joint accounts for couples. I just needed to give her my passport copy. I did. 2 weeks later, she showed me the savings book. Green Cassicorn Bank. Our names on it. Well, her name. And my name spelled wrong. Keith became Keith. I laughed. Said close enough. She said Thai admin was like that sometimes. The important thing was we both had access. We were both saving. We were both building this. She showed me her first deposit. 50,000 baht. About 1,100 quid. From her salary. I was impressed. That was a lot. She said she was serious about this. About us. I said I was too. I transferred £10,000. About 450,000 baht. She showed me the book. The deposit was there, my name, the amount, the date. It was real. I saw it. Every month after that, I sent money. £5,000, sometimes 6. She'd deposit hers, 20,000 baht. 30,000. Whatever she could manage. She'd photograph the book, send it to me, show me the balance growing. It felt good. Felt like we were actually doing this. Together. By October, the book showed 800,000 baht. About £18,000. I'd sent most of it, but she was contributing. That was what mattered. She wasn't just taking, she was building with me. I flew back in November, stayed a month. We looked at condos, found one we liked. Sukhumvit area. 2 bedrooms. Modern. Pool. Gym. 3.2 million baht. About £70,000. Mint said we needed to keep saving. Maybe another year. Then we could buy it. Put both names on it. Our home. I agreed. By December, I'd sent another £15,000. The book showed 1.4 million baht. About £31,000. We were halfway there. Mint said maybe by next summer we could make the purchase. I said that sounded good. She said she was excited, said she couldn't wait to have our own place. I said me too. In January 2024, I sent another £10,000. The book now showed 1.9 million baht, about £42,000. Mint said we were doing so well, better than she expected. Maybe we could buy by April. I said, let's not rush. She said she was just excited. I understood. By March, I'd sent £55,000 total. The book showed 2.5 million baht, about £55,000, her contributions. My contributions, all there, all documented, all real. Then in April, I said, let's do it. Let's buy the condo. We had enough for the deposit. We could get a mortgage for the rest. She said okay, said she'd talk to the bank, arrange the withdrawal, start the process. That was the moment everything changed. When I asked to take the money out, when it stopped being theoretical and became real. That was when I found out the truth. April 2024, I told Mint, let's start the condo purchase process. We had 2.5 million baht saved, about £55,000. That was enough for the deposit plus fees. We could get a mortgage for the rest. She said, okay, said she'd go to the bank, sort out the withdrawal, get the paperwork started. 2 days later, she said there was a problem. The bank needed both of us to be there to withdraw. Joint account rules. I said, fine. When can we go? She said she had to work all week. Maybe next week. I said, all right. I was flying back to Liverpool in 3 days anyway. Work commitments. Scaffolding job in Manchester. 3 weeks. Then I'd come back. We could do it then. She said that was perfect. Gave her time to prepare the paperwork, talk to estate agents, find the best mortgage rates. I said sound. Kissed her goodbye at the airport. Felt excited. We were finally doing it. Our condo. Our future. All the saving was about to pay off. Back in Liverpool, I kept working. But I was distracted, thinking about Bangkok, about the condo, about Mint. We video called every night. She showed me property listings, talked about furniture, paint colours. It felt real, really real. In May, I sent another £10,000. Wanted to have a buffer. Extra for furniture, renovations, whatever we needed. Mint photographed the book. 3.1 million baht now. About £68,000. She said we were doing amazing. Said most couples took years to save this much. We did it in barely over a year. I felt proud. We were a team. A proper team. I booked my flight back for early June. 3 weeks. Told my boss I needed time off. He wasn't happy, but I didn't care. This was more important. I was buying a home with the woman I loved. Everything else could wait. The day before my flight, Mint called. She sounded stressed. Said there was another problem. The bank said we needed to upgrade the account type to withdraw that much money. Some regulation. Needed to deposit another 500,000 baht to qualify for the higher tier. About £11,000. Then we could withdraw everything. I asked why she hadn't mentioned this before. She said she didn't know. The bank just told her. Thai banking rules were complicated. I hesitated. 11 grand was a lot, but we were so close. I'd already sent 68,000. What was another 11? I sent it. Mint said thank you, said we could do the withdrawal as soon as I arrived. Everything to be ready. I landed in Bangkok in June. Mint met me at the airport. She seemed nervous. I asked if everything was okay. She said yes. Just stressed from work. I believed her. We went to her condo, spent the night together. In the morning, I said, let's go to the bank. Get this done. She said she had to work. Could we go tomorrow? I said, sure, tomorrow then. Tomorrow came. She said her boss needed her for a meeting. Couldn't get away. Maybe the weekend. I said, all right. We had time. No rush. But inside, I was getting impatient. I'd flown here to sort this. I wanted to get it done. Saturday morning. I said, today's the day. Let's go. She said, okay. We got dressed, left her condo, took a taxi to Kasikorn Bank, our Soke branch. Big building. Lots of people. We walked in. She said, wait here. She needed to talk to her account manager first. Arrange everything. I said, fine. I sat in the waiting area, watched her walk to the back, talked to someone in a glass office. They talked for 20 minutes. She came back, said there was another issue. The account manager said because my name was spelled wrong on the account. We needed to fix it first before any large withdrawals. Required new paperwork. My passport. Proof of address. Would take a few days to process. I said, are you serious? She said she was sorry. Thai banking was like this. I said, fine. Let's do the paperwork now. She said the manager had to leave. Emergency. Could we come back Monday? I was frustrated. Properly frustrated. But what could I do? I said, okay. Monday. Monday came. Mint said she wasn't feeling well. Stomach problems. Could we go Tuesday? I said I was only here for 3 weeks. We needed to sort this. She said she knew. She'd be better tomorrow. I said, all right. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. There was always something. She was sick. The bank was busy. The manager wasn't available. Her work needed her. Every excuse in the book. By Friday, I was done. I said, we're going to the bank today. Right now. No excuses. She started crying. Said I was being mean. Said she was trying her best. Thai things took time. I needed to be patient. I felt bad. Apologised. Said I was just stressed. She said she understood. Said we'd go next week, for sure. I said, okay. Hugged her. But something felt off. Properly off. That weekend, I couldn't shake the feeling. I was lying awake Saturday night. Mint was asleep next to me. I kept thinking about the bank, the excuses, the delays. I got up, found her bag, felt guilty, but I needed to see the savings book. Just to reassure myself. Just to see the balance. Confirm it was real. I opened her bag quietly, found her wallet. The book was inside. Green cover. Capricorn. Bank. I opened it, flipped through the pages, saw the deposits. My deposits. Her deposits. The running balance. It all looked legitimate. All official. Bank stamps, dates, signatures. But something was wrong. I couldn't put my finger on it. Then I noticed the stamps. They were slightly smudged. Not crisp. Like they'd been photocopied. Or printed. Not stamped by an actual stamp. And the dates. Some were out of order. April deposit listed after May deposit. Small thing, but noticeable. I took photos of every page with my phone. Put the book back. Went back to bed. Couldn't sleep. Sunday morning I told Mint I needed to go to the bank by myself. Just to check something. She asked why. I said I wanted to see if I could access the account with just my passport. See what the actual rules were. She said that wasn't a good idea. Said I'd confuse things. I said I just wanted to check. She got upset. Said I didn't trust her. I said that wasn't it. I just wanted to understand the process. She said fine, do what you want. Walked into the bedroom, locked the door. I went to Capricorn Bank, a Soki branch, same one we went to Friday. I walked up to the information desk, asked if they spoke English. The woman said yes. I showed her a photo of the savings book, asked if this account was real, if I could check the balance. She looked at it, typed something into her computer, looked confused, said there was no account with that number. I said, are you sure? She said positive. That account number didn't exist in their system. I felt my stomach drop. I asked if maybe it was a different branch. She said account numbers were system-wide. If it existed, it'd show. It didn't. I asked if someone could fake a savings book. She looked uncomfortable. Said it was possible, but illegal. If someone was using fake bank documents, I should report it to the police. I walked out of the bank, stood on the street, traffic everywhere, heat beating down. I felt numb. The book was fake. The account didn't exist. I'd sent £79,000. To where? To Mint's personal account. To nothing. Where did it go? I went back to Mint's condo, let myself in with the key she'd given me. She wasn't there. I called her. No answer. Messaged her. No response. I waited. Hours she didn't come home. I looked through her things. Felt wrong, but I needed to know. Found more savings books. 3 of them. Different names, different account numbers. All fake looking. Same smudged stamps. Same inconsistent dates. I took photos of everything. Found receipts. Printing shop. Savings book replication. 500 baht. Bank stamps. 200 baht. Found a template on her laptop. Capricorn savings book. Blank. Ready to be filled in. She'd been making them herself. Or paying someone to make them. The whole thing was fake. Every single deposit I watched her write in the book. Fake. The balance. Fake. The partnership. Fake. I called her again. This time she answered. I said I went to the bank. I know the account doesn't exist. Silence. Then she said she could explain. I said explain then. She said not on the phone. In person. Meet her at a coffee shop near From Phong. I said when. She said 1 hour. I went. She was already there, looked scared. I sat down, said talk. She started crying, said she was sorry, said she had debts, family debts. She needed money. I was kind, generous. She took advantage. She was sorry. I asked how much. How much did I actually send? She said all of it. £79,000. Went to her personal account, paid off debts, sent money to family, bought things, lived well. None of it went into savings. There was no joint account. Never was. I asked about her deposits, the money she claimed to put in every month. She said she never deposited anything. Just wrote fake numbers in the book. Made it look like she was contributing. Made it look like a partnership, so I'd keep sending. I asked if anything was real. The job, the condo, her. She said the job was real. The condo was rented, not owned. And her feelings? She went quiet. Then said she liked me. At first. But it became about the money. She was sorry. I asked if I could get any of it back. She said no. It was gone, spent. She had nothing left. I said, what about your family? The debts you paid? Could they pay me back? She said they didn't know. She told them she had a rich boyfriend who gave her money. They didn't know about the fake book, the lies. Just that I was generous. I sat there. Didn't know what to say. £79,000. A year and a half. Watching her write in that fake book every month. Believing we were building something. Believing we were partners. All of it lies. All of it fake. I asked what happened to the last $10,000 I sent. The account upgrade fee. She said there was no upgrade. She needed money. Made up the rule. I sent it. She spent it. I asked on what. She said rent. Bills. Shopping. Living. I'd been funding her life. Not our future. Her present. I stood up. Walked out. She called after me. Said she was sorry. Said she didn't mean for it to go this far. I kept walking. Took a taxi back to her condo. Packed my things. Left the key on the table. Booked a flight home for the next day. Before I left, I messaged her one question. Did you ever love me? She responded an hour later. I don't know. Maybe at first, but I can't remember when it changed. I'm sorry. That was the last time we spoke. I flew home the next day. 13-hour flight. Couldn't sleep. Just kept thinking about the book, the fake stamps, the receipts. 500 baht to print a fake savings book. That was about 11 quid. £11 to create a prop that convinced me to send everything. When I landed in Liverpool, I went straight to my flat in Toxteth. Sat on the couch. Opened my banking app. Went through every transfer to Mint. One by one, 18 months of deposits. I told myself it was 79,000, but when I went through everything, every monthly transfer, every birthday gift, every emergency, the real number hit me like a punch. £89,000. I'd started with 60 grand in savings. Another 30 from selling the flat I'd planned to sell anyway. 90 total. Sent 89. Had £1,000 left. 1 grand. At 51 years old, after 30 years of scaffolding, I had 1,000 quid to my name. I didn't tell anyone at first. Not Jono, not my kids, not my boss. Just went back to work, climbed scaffolding, tightened bolts, came home, sat in the dark, tried to make sense of it. A week later, Jono figured it out, came round with beers, asked how Thailand went. I told him it didn't work out. He said what happened. I said she took everything. He didn't say I told you so. Just sat with me, let me talk. That was enough. My daughter called 2 weeks later, asked how I was. I said fine. She said I sounded off. I told her everything. The savings book, the fake account, the £89,000. She went quiet. Then she said, Dad, why didn't you ask me first? Why didn't you check? I said I trusted her. She said I trusted a piece of paper. A fake piece of paper. She was right. I thought about reporting it to the police. Thai police. British police. But what could they do? I'd sent the money willingly. To her account. For our savings. There was no fraud in the legal sense. Just lies. And lies aren't illegal. Not when you choose to believe them. Mint blocked me online a week after I left. Deleted her Facebook. Changed her number. Gone. Like she never existed. Except she did exist. She exists somewhere in Bangkok right now. Living off my £89,000. Maybe she's doing it to someone else. Another foreigner. Another fake savings book. Another partnership that only goes one way. I'm back at work now. Full time. Every job I can get. Weekends, bank holidays, rebuilding. At 51, I'm starting over. The flat in Toxteth is all I have. I won't sell it now. I need somewhere to live. My pension doesn't start for years. I need to work. No choice. I think about the book sometimes. The green cover, Cassicorn Bank. Our name's on it. Keith spelled wrong. Keith. I think about watching her write in it every month. The careful handwriting, the fake deposits. 20,000 baht, 30,000, 50,000. None of it real. All of it theatre. I think about how happy I was, watching that balance grow, thinking we were building something, thinking I'd found a partner, someone who wasn't just taking, someone who was contributing, someone who saw a future with me. That was the cruelest part. Not the money. The belief, the hope, the partnership that never existed. I learned something though. I learned that proof isn't proof. A bank book is just paper. Stamps are just ink. Numbers are just numbers. Unless you can actually touch the money, withdraw it, hold it in your hand, it's not real. It's just a story someone's telling you. And I believed the story because I wanted to. I also learned that together is a dangerous word. Together sounds equal, sounds shared. But if only one person's putting in and the other's just writing fake numbers in a book, it's not together. It's just you, alone, funding someone else's life while pretending you're building yours. That's my story. £89,000 for a fake savings book and a fake partnership. For 18 months of believing I was building a future with someone who was just building her present with my money. The worst part, I still have the photos, the ones I took of the book that night. I look at them sometimes, trying to see the signs I missed, the smudged stamps, the out-of-order dates. They were there all along. I just didn't want to see them, because seeing them meant admitting I was being played, and admitting that meant being alone again. So I chose to believe, chose to trust, chose the fake partnership over the real truth. That choice cost me everything. And that was Keith's story. £89,000. 18 months. A fake savings book that cost £11 to print. Keith watched Mint write in that book every month. Watch the balance grow. 2.5 million baht. 3.1 million. All fake. Every deposit. Every number. Every stamp. All theatre. When he finally tried to withdraw the money, it evaporated. Because it never existed. The account didn't exist. The partnership didn't exist. Just Keith. Alone. Funding Mint's life while believing he was building his own. He's 51 now. Back in Liverpool. Climbing scaffolding. £1,000 to his name. Starting over. Because he trusted proof he could see with his own eyes. Proof that was printed in a shop for 500 baht. Have you ever believed something because the evidence looked real? Let us know in the comments. And if you have a story from Thailand, we want to hear it. This is my expat stories. Sometimes the most convincing lies come with receipts.